Okay gamers, so ever since I replayed games of my childhood, Winx Club and Tangled, I was craving more and more of those old school games that captivated me in my childhood. And what would be the best game to relive after such a stressful to make deep dive video I uploaded on my channel a few weeks ago? Well, obviously the cult classics, Simpsons Hit and Run, also known as GTA for Kids. No way. Oh, I found the button! Though, as soon as I launched it, I remembered that it might not be the best game to quote-unquote de-stress.
Karmic retribution.
Oh no, we're okay. But it's so much fun.
How's it hanging?
I saw my daddy shoot a civilian.
Oh, so come join me as we relive this chaotic masterpiece together.
Learn to drive, dumbass.
Learn to drive, dumbass. Boom. Okay. Maybe not. The game starts off slow and simple. We play as Homer, running errands that ease us into the controls and gameplay. Gamers, wanna hear a very sad story while I'm epic gaming? It's gonna be short, I promise you. While I was recording this, my second monitor broke. I swear to God, it's unrelated.
Give me a cola and I need another bucket of ice cream with mini pies.
Because I only had one monitor while recording this, I couldn't verify immediately that, footage was footaging. And you can imagine what happened. It wasn't. And I found it out only when I started editing this part. Yeah, now I'm replaying. How fun is that? The first map is basically a big loop featuring iconic locations like the Simpsons house,
You know where my family lives.
the nuclear power plant, the Quickie Mart, Mr. Burns' mansion, and the Springfield Elementary. As we explore, we notice weird flying cameras that look like wasps, just hovering around and watching our every move. Creepy? Yeah, but they do drop money when destroyed, so not that creepy. Also, Buzz Cola boxes and vending machines drop money too. We have no beef with cola, but we do need lots of cash, and we definitely need it more than those stupid vending machines do. So if it jumps, I slams. I remember I never had enough money, but maybe it was not because the game didn't have enough money, but because I was a little kid and didn't know how to flip and play the game. Anyway, we have important stuff to do. Lisa forgot her science project, so naturally we must murder the principal.
I'll educate you a new one.
Wait, I can't kick my daughter?
You'd think with all the asbestos in this place, we'd have fewer fires.
Okay, swagger, finally. Oh no, yes, yes. I think this was my favorite one. And Flanders's possessions also vanished, so we must return them as a good neighborly deed for the day.
You remember that cooler I gave you for your birthday? Well, Flanders wants it back. Now what will I use for a toilet?
Just a regular day as Homer in Springfield. Wait, the way his face turns, gamers. Have you seen something more terrifying than that? But oh no, we're late for work. Guess we have to murder our supervisor now.
Oh no, I have a wedgie.
No supervisor, no showing up late, am I right?
You jerk, I have puppies in this car. My convertible.
After we commit casual murder yet again, we throw some casual vandalism in there just to spice things up.
Marge will clean this mess up later.
And after we're done, we've got nothing better to do than to concoct conspiracy theories,
Marge, that black van is spying on us.
get paranoid about them, and then cause chaos. So that's what we end up doing. We start noticing suspicious black vans spying on everyone. We tail one until it stops near Mr. Burns' mansion.
Oh, Mr. Burns is behind all this.
Sounds like classic Mr. Burns behavior if you ask me. But before we bust him for mass surveillance, we face a more pressing matter.
Not now, Homer. A new violent video game has hit the streets.
Those fucking violent video games. Homer wouldn't have to choke Bart as often if it weren't for those fucking violent video games we just must destroy.
Marge, you know I abhor crazy plans. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go spy on my boss.
And after we can finally confront Burns and try to make him stop spying on people, or at least share and show and tell everyone the good stuff, if you know what I mean. Batch. But it turns out it wasn't Burns behind the vans and the wasp cameras and all the spying. I know. Who would have thought cold?
What? They were only pizza vans?
And if this oaf is an employee of the plant, fire him at once.
Oh, that was too easy.
Wait, okay, what can you fired? Wait, I already completed the level? No! That mind-blowing plot twist wraps up the first level, and we now get to explore a new map as Bart! If you want to play this game for yourself, by the way, optional drinking game, if you are of age, that is. Drink every time Bart says, "Eat my asphalt, asphalt eaters."
Eat asphalt, asphalt eaters.
And in case you heard what I heard in this sentence, I'm going to spell it out for you. Level 2 takes us to places like the Jebediah Springfield statue. Millhouse, get the heck away! I told you I'm not ready for the missions, I'm exploring. Moe's Tavern.
Hey, jerk monkey.
Hey, I've got to pay protection to 11 separate criminal organizations.
The Train Yard. DIMV, where Patty and Selma work at.
Hey, jerk monkey.
I'd rather be talking to a water heater.
Monorail station. Oh,
Nice driving,
it's a secret vehicle. I don't remember this. You get the vibe. It's more of the admin/transportation zone of Springfield that we get to completely ruin as Bart Simpson. We start off Bart's plot by doing his everyday tasks as well. First, we need to try and survive Principal of the Year.
I'll get you, Bart. Just like I got Charlie and Nam.
Afraid not.
Afraid so.
Afraid not.
Afraid so. Oh, damn your lightning fast wit. Take that.
Bruh, stop this. Why are you crazy? You're crazy, you're trying to literally murder a 10-year-old? Oh my god, he's crazy! Which lets us skip school and do whatever. And whatever do we wanna do? You guessed it, those violent video games are right up Bart's alley, but it's so hard to get a hold of one since someone bought them all.
Some crazy lady destroyed all the rest.
Nelson should know more about that. Nelson completely leads Bart astray.
Illegal fireworks are all the rave now.
Side note, Bart gets distracted from his main mission very easily.
Oh no. Now where am I gonna get a radio?
Because he's a small brain. And Nelson persuades Bart that violent video games aren't fun anymore. Fireworks is where it's at.
Sorry, Bart. I can't serve booze to a minor. It ain't right.
I'm here to buy fireworks.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's what we end up doing for a little bit. But then we remember our main mission finally and get back to tracking that mysterious person who bought all the violent video games. Please don't be a monkey mission. This is where my PTSD from playing this game triggered. Monkeys. Not the monkeys. Please not the monkeys. No, please not the monkeys. Oh. And I started to remember how hard some of the missions were when I was little. I am
Out of the way,
I'm not
wannabe.
gonna lie, oh god, I'm stressed out. I'm stressed the freak out because of the monkeys and the memories about monkeys. But so far, it's not as bad. It was the smart professor who bought all the violent video games, and upon talking to him, we learned that he needs them to bring his new invention, the Truckosaurus, to life. We then try to replace violent video games with lasers that we get for catching all the crazy monkeys, and by also interrupting the signals from trucks that mess up signals that's supposed to power the Truckosaurus. Die! Why isn't he dying? Are you still following? You know, L equals logic, C equals the Simpsons logic, and I love it. We finally did everything to get those violent video games and play them.
Wow, Truckosaurus is some kind of truck/dinosaur. I never would have guessed. Uh-oh.
But apparently, by messing up with the ice cream trucks and signals, we messed up with scary alien invaders. Yes, we are going into alien territory now. And they kidnap Bart to probably do some ungodly stuff to his brain. That leads us to the third level of the game, Lisa's level. And as I remember, when I was little, that was my favorite level out of them all. I love the car, I like the headlights, I like the golden hour, I like the vibe. It features places like Android's Dungeon, which is a comic shop, Bowlerama, bowling place, Mr. Burns as a mermaid. No, I wanna unsee this. The dogs and the sea spanker. That's the big ship there, in case you forgot or you didn't know. The filming sets for the news and the Krusty show, the Dove Brewery, the observatory, the dam, and the Krusty summer camp. I know, level is packed with fun places. That's why it was my favorite. Even for 2024, this game is kind of fire, not gonna lie. And what is Lisa up to? Well, she's looking for Bart, who disappeared. She starts off by asking Skinner,
Principal Skinner, Bart's missing.
Bart's gone? What a tragedy. To get your mind off this terrible loss, which we all feel, why don't you run a few errands, or as I call them, grief helpers for me?
in my humble opinion, she was just suspicious of Skinner finally murdering Bart.
Edna, are you watching?
I hope Bart gets blamed for that. What a perfect day.
What a perfect day, my brother is missing. But he was of no help, so she starts a real investigation, asking at the comic shop, but no luck there.
I asked you, have you seen him?
I think I saw him at the Noiseland arcade. Ugh, video games.
Then asking Milhouse, but no luck there as well.
Is that a new dress?
No, I've been wearing this dress for years.
Milhouse, though, will tell everyone he had 3
This
dates with
reminds me
Lisa.
of when I was a little girl.
Milhouse, stop with this nonsense. Finally, we get some useful info from Grandpa.
Grandpa, can you help me find Bart? He's missing.
Maybe I'm just a senile old man, but Bart's lucky red hat fell out of that black car.
And then I really can neither remember nor imagine what happens next, because in my notes I was taking in order to remember the plot, it's literally written Grandpa as destroyed. What?
Hope Bart gets blamed for that.
Wait, you hope Bart gets blamed for that? For destroying the car that dropped a piece of evidence for Bart's disappearance? Wait, so first we get to assault 3 random cars and then we call for chief of the police after helping him out, because of course everyone in this town needs help of a freaking child.
Someone call the cops! I've seen lots of mysterious government types over at the docks.
And that leads us to the captain of the ship that did indeed see Bart.
I saw your brother.
And when we check the last known location, there he is, alive and well.
I found you.
Mostly. Mostly well. 4th level, we play as Marge. Wait, how does she run? Why does she run like this? This is kind of terrifying, no? Yahoo! What? And it brings us back to the first map, but with slight differences. For example, the gates to Mr. Burns' mansion are now open and can be accessed. Oh, Milhouse, sorry, I did it, what's the word? On purpose! I was kind of sad. The levels started to repeat, but it didn't make the game any less fun or any less chaos. Wait, look at her kick. Oh my goodness. Marge, I am starting to have money problems. Maybe my memory of having no money constantly was correct. It wasn't because I sucked and was a fake gamer. It was because things get more expensive.
Nice girls, finish fast.
Oh my god, Marge. I did not expect to hear something like that. So, Lisa brought Bart back, and Bart is talking crazy ooga booga. He's completely out of it.
Bart, what's causing your ooga booga talk?
And Marge is worried. The only clue she has are the mysterious circles in the fields. To locate them and study them, since they are most definitely connected to Bart's situation, Marge goes to Cletus.
But I ain't telling you nothing, lest you help us with the harvest.
As per usual, no one wants to help us out, out of the goodness of their hearts, so we got to help them out first by sitting near them while they are doing everything themselves? Question mark? I still can't understand why Marge needed Cletus's help to find the circles in the fields if the only fields that they have is that 1 square meter of tomatoes, and she literally had driven over the circles she wanted to see multiple times, but okay, I guess. Marge, just look, there were your things. Unfortunately, Cletus was of no help. Are you surprised by that? No, Marge needed to ask someone very old who could know about previous instances of such circles, and the obvious person to ask would be Grandpa. She drives there as fast as she can, but Grandpa is useless because they're all useless without his medicine that teenagers stole to sell around. Okay, stand up, I need to talk to you. I said stand up, I need to talk. I said stand. She gets it back. But now Grandpa is too sleepy to talk. I mean, come on, come on.
Oh, great. Now I need something to wake him up.
We grabbed the caffeine pills and forced Grandpa to give us info we were looking for.
For the last freaking time, tell me about the crap circles.
Well, apparently, those circles in the fields look suspiciously like Bass Cola logo. Good thing we were smashing out the Bass Cola we saw out of the love for violence. You know, the solution was always violence.
That's the alien mind control cola.
Police Marge, even though it's illegal to pretend to be a police officer, seizes all the suspicious cola cans she can find to save Springfield. But it's not enough to get rid of cola cans. There will be more. That's why we also need to destroy the supply chain. And that's where Apu comes into play.
I will get to the bottom of this.
Level 5 and the second map all over again. Wait, these wasps are getting scarier. Oh, and they steal my money. Wait, what is that? Bass Cola for humans. Nothing suspicious. I did it. That was very stressful, and I think I need to do this. I need to do this a lot more times. So Apu is on the case, but he just can't forget of his fatherly duties and his octuplets. So in the meantime, between, you know, saving the Springfield and saving the planet, he drops by a hospital to check on his kids and even bring some supplies.
That was close. Another minute in my office would look like the Ganges River.
Thank you all for coming. I'll see you in hell.
Now it's time for serious business. Apu needs to find Bart, and to find Bart, the easiest way is to find the criminal. And to find the criminal, we can just follow Chief Wiggum, which is easy enough.
Oh, what good luck. A criminal. Huh?
Obviously, there are a ton of favors to do before we get to the end goal.
Just need help with a little more community service.
And also a ton of crimes to commit, but it's all for the good cause.
Possible service could this be to the community?
Shut up and take us back to the hideout.
Yes, it's all for a good cause. Anyway, Bart knows that the aliens are at the museum, so that's where we are going. Why does it matter how fast we get to the museum if it's already closed and we have the key? We get to the museum where we fight an epic boss fight. And then we finally get to learn ins and outs of aliens. Aliens plan.
These aliens have been secretly filming an intergalactic reality show in Springfield.
I knew there was a simple explanation.
I'm going to introduce the evil cola into the water supply. People will go mad.
I like it.
Then we distribute laser guns at the Squidport tourist area.
I like it.
The cola-maddened humans will go berserk,
I like it.
destroying themselves and their town.
Why? That sounds hilarious. I'd watch that show.
Tell you what, you're a bad little boy.
Now that we know about aliens' evil plan, it's time to save the day. And who's better for that role than a kid who probably never drank regular water in his entire life? Bart. Okay, so I need 2,000 to buy everything. 2,000! Where am I gonna get 2,000? Okay, there. I don't see. Okay, the window. Think frick.
Mine! All mine! Get up for America's bad
Are
boys.
you joking? immediately Bart decides to ask Krusty for help.
Apu, you've got to help me warn Krusty about this alien plot and thus save the good people of Springfield.
And not because Krusty is an idol that Bart really wants to see, but because Krusty is somehow useful in this endeavor. Yes, this truck would be perfect. And I put it right behind. Are you ready? No, get to the car, Okay, bye, bitch. We look for Krusty all around the town and eventually find him on the pier, but unfortunately Krusty doesn't believe us, so we have to find evidence.
Just ain't gonna happen, kid.
We stalk Professor that helped us before, where we learn devastating news. Aliens hid lasers in the docks.
I must have intercepted an alien message.
At that point in the story, I was really heckin' confused. Why do we even care about lasers? If the main goal is preventing water supplies from being spiked, just police tape the docks. We get some laser guns from the docks and then see Skinner going about his business and for some heckin' Philippine reason ask him for help. Really, Bart? Really? Are you that small of a brain? Well, you can imagine how that went.
All we've got to do, young man, is get that illicit goo-gaw out of your hands. Take that.
After we escape Skinner, we finally have some evidence for Krusty, but it's too late.
I just wish you told me before I let them set up those free laser gun stands.
Of course, it's too late. Laser booths are already set up all around the town, so we must destroy them immediately. We get rid of the laser threat and ask Homer to get us to the brewery in his new car, probably bought on the money Homer got for committing casual vandalism before, because I don't know about Homer, but as Bart, I was heckin' broke. Brocky.
Remember when I told you I sold my old car so you could go to college?
Yeah?
It was a lie.
So we finally get to the brewery to start solving our main task, but it's too late, of course. Now, lasers make sense. Aliens were using them to just distract small brain Bart from actually getting in their way.
The lasers were only the beginning. Even now, our all-purpose evil cola is spreading underground through your water supply.
Water is spiked. Zombies are going to rise, and yes, we are going into zombie apocalypse territory now, somehow. But Bart and Homer are pretty hyped about that, so at least that's good.
Sounds cool. I mean, oh no, I hope their plan fails.
Finally, we get to the 7th and the last level of the game, and we have come full flipping circle. We are playing as Homer once again on the same map that we played at the start of the game, but it's very different. They weren't kidding about zombies rising. Zombies even had enough time to set up their own zombie infrastructure. I mean, good for them. Sheesh. Wait, I can? What? Are you actually kidding me? Wait, can I? No way. Okay, gamers. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. No, you will, because I have proof. I have spent, like, I don't know, 1 hour and a half just racing through the entire map, and I got money. I got 2,800 coins, and I bought everything. The first task on our agenda in this new zombie apocalypse is to survive, naturally.
Oh God! Zombies! They're devouring the crowd!
So we start off by prepping survival supplies. While doing that, we, by a flipping miracle, learn that aliens are weak to nuclear waste.
Based on my mathulations, I figured out the alien's weakness. It's nuclear waste.
What a hero. And I never knew his name.
And we got plenty of that around Springfield. We already know where to get some, so that's what we end up doing. Completely forgetting to drop hacking survival supplies to our family, by the way. How did they stole my money while I was winning the mission? The first nuclear waste bomb works very well on aliens, and we decide to do more of that, with Mr. Burns' help, since he knows the exact spots where he buried nuclear waste around Springfield.
In that case, here's the map to where I buried nuclear waste barrels all over Springfield.
We get to Burns, get his map, and get down to business. We hijack the car from Hijacker, and sacrifice him in the process as well.
Me getting carjacked. What a total switcheroo.
Why couldn't Homer just tell him to jump out of the car? Oh, wait, no, he's fine. And the last sacrifice should of course be the grandpa.
Now you're not gonna sacrifice me for the greater good, are you, son?
We get the waste and we nuke the alien ship and we win. Wait, I have 50 seconds? Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to...
I'll tear you. Somebody tell me what just happened.
Okay.
Hey, man,
Fuck! Why? Oh my god, I did it right into the suction. Suck. As Homer well put.
Imagine that, scared of some harmless nuclear waste.
So, the two evil aliens died, but the water supply is still spiked. And the zombies are still around, living their undead lives. And I really don't see how that solves anything, but hey! Homer got quite popular around the entire universe. The reality show did get the views aliens wanted in the end. Such a crazy story, gamers! We went from errands, to chaos, to aliens, to zombie apocalypse, to international... Wait... interplanetarial fame. It's what you would expect from the Simpsons game, honestly. Not going to lie, it was kind of frustrating at times, but also so much fun. I left the links where I got it in the description along with notes to help you install the game if you want to relive this masterpiece yourselves. And thank you so much for watching. 1 video is a fluke, 2 is a coincidence, and now that I got 3 whole videos about those old nostalgic games I loved during my childhood, I am certain I'll play more of these, so stick around if you want to see that, and write your suggestions in the comment section. I would really love to see them, and go to get to gaming already. Shoo!